Arsenal have moved 4 points clear at the top of the Premier League table courtesy of a 2-1 win over Wolverhampton Wanderers in North London. Bukayo Saka and Martin Odegaard were on the scoresheet for Mikel Arteta's side, who have opened up a 4-point advantage over second-placed Manchester City in the division, albeit having now played a game more from the reigning champions. Matheus Cunha had one back for Wolves late on, but the visitors could not find a second, with Gary O'Neill's side suffering their 7th league loss of the campaign. Let's go around the punditry world to hear what the experts are saying about Arsenal's performance against the lads from Wolverhampton.
Martin, congratulations for the win. It was a dominant performance for most of the match, but why do you feel in these final moments of the game that Wolves might have scored a second, might have picked up a point here?
To be honest, in the end, when they scored the first one, it's always a bit, what can I say, always a bit nervous for the second, but I think we did well after the goal. As you say, I think we controlled everything most of the game, but of course we let them into the game with the goal, so that's a bit frustrating, but in the end it's a win and a well-deserved one, so we have to take that and move on to the next.
2 really nice goals from Arsenal, a really nice goal from you, a nice team goal as well. So how do you feel about it?
Yeah, it was really good. I think the build-up to the goal was amazing, and the pass from Sinna was perfect, and yeah, I just have to be in the right areas and then put it in the goal there, so but it was a beautiful one from the whole team.
And the best way to start December, because there's so many games to come, right?
Yes, and it's one of those periods in the calendar where you really want to try and get some wins under your belt, because it can give you a massive boost. You can like amass a load of points in such a short space of time. But like for Arsenal, I'm sure City are the same, and anybody who's trying to go for the title, Liverpool, you have to win these games. Especially the home games. So, yes, of course, it was a little bit nervy at the end, but the main thing is that they won it.
OK. It's this season. We saw two sides to Arsenal's game, did we not, Ian? Dominant first and backs to the wall in some respects.
Yeah, look, I think second half, it's fair to say, it's a bit back to the wall, but I thought the work was done in the first half. It was a little bit worrying to see it drop off a little bit in the second half. You know, I don't know if it's nerves or what it could have been, but I think Wolves maybe just got a little bit more initiative about them, tried to go at us and put us under pressure. And you saw there at the death there, you know, to put us under pressure in the box, and Zinchenko doesn't quite clear his lines, and that was enough to give us that little bit of a problem towards the end of the game.
What happened to Arsenal in that second half? Were they a bit sloppy for you?
No, I think when you're comfortable, because that's how it seemed, you know, until the latter stages of the game, you just feel like you can knock the ball around. You don't need to go in search of that third goal, so the tempo just drops a bit because you feel in control of the game. And if you see the game out at that point, then it's absolutely no problem. The moment you concede, yes, there was a lapse in concentration from Zinchenko. The moment you concede, it's so difficult to then get your speed back up and to get the pace of the play that they had in the first half back up to the tempo. Yeah. And Wolves nearly took advantage of that.
6 minutes in, it was the perfect start, right? I mean, we saw Arsenal firing on all cylinders in midweek, and it felt like it was going to be one of those afternoons at the Emirates again.
Yeah, it was. They started brilliantly. Like I said, I thought Wolves in the start of this half, just 5-6 minutes in, and you know, they were tight there. I think they were very unlucky. You know, it was good skill from Arsenal, and that's what they've done. There's the luck there with Dawson, and then bam, you get the goal, and then that's when you start to cruise. Perfect start.
Yeah, brilliant. The speed of their attacks. We thought the fact that when you see the back five of Wolves there and the midfield three, you thought that they'd be able to just nullify Arsenal in the early part of the game. But if you've got really clever players and you've got real quality, they can find those moments. They can find those gaps, and that was Xhaka and Jesus primarily just linking up in those tight areas. I mean, Wolves have got 5v2 pretty much in those areas, but they can manipulate the ball so well that they'll create opportunities in the penalty area.
Saka's having one of those seasons where you're expecting almost a goal or an assist from him most games.
That's the levels he's got to now. He is a goal or an assist, and what it is again, when it gets tight in the game, he is somebody that can, in the moment, you know, you might be able to mark him for a while, but then if he gets that moment, he's now got the quality and the awareness of picking that player out, and that's what he does. He's either scoring or he's picking someone out.
With the experience he's gained now, I mean, he's still, what, 22
22
years of age, and wow. I mean, with the experience he's got, he's now making the correct decision 9 times out of 10, which is crucial. Yeah. Everybody comes through with ability. It's what you can manage to do with it. His decision-making is fantastic. And That's why you see an end product in the crucial moments.
Yeah.
He's making the right decisions.
How impressed were you with Arsenal's second goal?
Well, it was brilliant. It was a brilliant team goal. You know, using the whole pitch, stretching a back five, you know, of that Wolves offered, then they just literally couldn't cope. The midfield three of Wolves was stretched, and they just, you know, the speed and tempo, that pass, that play, the running off the ball, the knowing instinctively where your teammate's going to be. It's great to see.
It's beautiful. It's because once this ball goes in, you can see the three midfielders, and none of them are really doing anything. They're not really picking anyone up. But this is where it gets quick. Bang, bang. This is the quality. This is how you move teams around. And then if people ain't tight enough, they'll punish them. And that is what Arsenal can do.
Yeah, he couldn't have put his hand up any higher there, Odegaard.
I know.
Trying out a real stretch. He knew he was in space, and he knew he was in the perfect position.
That wasn't an easy finish as well. It bobbed into him a bit. He's such a quality player. He's going to deal with that, no problem.
Yeah. Do you think he's turned a corner a little bit in the last few games, Odegaard?
No, I think that what's happened is that teams are rightly targeting him because of how good he is for us, how integral he is to everything what we're doing, passing through the lines, you know, and keeping it moving for us. And teams are making sure that they're getting someone close to him or doubling up on him, because what he's shown, and he's shown it recently, is if he's got time and space, he will hurt you.
Yeah. In the second half, Wolves did change their shape. They went from a back five to a back four on the hour mark. They seemed a lot more dangerous as a result. And, of course, there was suddenly some jeopardy in this, as far as Arsenal were concerned, when Cunha made it 2-1 on 86 minutes.
Yeah, it's just a bit of pressure. I mean, it came really late in the game, but they just didn't give up. I mean, as you said, that getting men forward, and the moment that Zinchenko took that touch, Wolves felt there was an opportunity there. Semedo came in, they got players round. Look, here you go, bang, Semedo's in. Suddenly the ball fell to the perfect person, as far as Wolves concerned, in that area. Just let it run across his body and hit it brilliantly, didn't he?
Yeah, it was a good finish. You have to give him that. I think the worry was seeing Arsenal just dropping deeper and deeper. Don't know if it's anything to do with the substitutions, Saka and Odegaard going off, but we did feel like we dropped a bit deeper, lost a little bit of control. That's where Wolves kind of pushed up on us, and that's when they forced a mistake.
Let's go to the two other games that have also finished in the Premier League. At Turf Moor is welcome back. So we're at half-time at the Emirates, and Arsenal, as you can see, are leading Wolves by 2-0, and it means, as things stand, the Gunners are going 4 points clear at the top of the table. They scored 2 goals of real quality. The first from Saka after just 2 minutes, when Arsenal had no real right to score from this position.
Well, no, because me and Liam was talking about it. I think Wolves are in a good position. They've doubled up on him, but this is where he gets the bit of luck here. Players congregate round the ball, then that is it there again. You get a little bit of luck with Dawson not quite getting the challenge in, but like in the end, they still probing, they're still doing what they're doing, and then they get a bit of luck. But Wolves ain't done too much wrong there for me.
No, I mean, if you're Bellegarde and you're in that position, it's your job to make sure the ball doesn't go in between. But I think I was doing a good job if I was in, but it's just absolutely pure quality from Bukayo Saka. Yes, he got that little bit of luck at the end, but the quality he showed at the beginning, and then what Jesus did as well in the build-up, they deserved that little bit of luck. And what this goal did, after that good finish, it changed the game. It changed how both teams had to go about the game from that point, because Arsenal got their early lead. They no longer needed to chase the game.
What a season that 22-year-old is having for Arsenal. It just gets better and better. And then for 2-0, as team goals go, Ian, they don't get much better than this.
No, but this is, like I say, with Arsenal, here, you know, the cross is a very good cross, but that's it. Zinchenko speeding it up there with the quality, and then you see Odegaard on the edge there, but like we could see from this angle, Leon, that Wolves could have done a little bit better in this instant.
Yeah, they could, but the fact that Saka goes to the byline there, once those Wolves defenders are all facing their own goal, they're in trouble. And then Wolves are defending with the back five and then a midfield three, and I've highlighted the midfield three because they just can't cover the distances. They can't cover the ground to get to the Arsenal players. Odegaard ends up completely unmarked. Odegaard's got to do better than that, but the fact that Arsenal went with that pullback, I know they do it quite often, but it's knowing where your opposition are weak. And in that midfield area, that pullback area, Wolves are weak, and Arsenal took great advantage of it.
Arsenal have been so impressive. As a commentator, Joe Spate mentioned, he described the fact that they were purring at points in that first half. They came within whiskers of getting a third through Gabriel Martinelli.
Yeah, it was good play. It's been very dangerous. I think Saka and Martinelli have been very dangerous, and that's his favourite. He cuts in onto his right foot there, just trying to bend it in the far post. It just hits the post. But it's really good play. Arsenal, they're stretching them, they're being patient, and when they can stretch, they getting the balls to them very quickly, Martinelli and Saka, and they're causing problems for Wolves.
Yeah, but with that 2-goal advantage, they have sat back a little bit of Arsenal, and there has been this warning sign from Wolves late on.
Yeah, and it nearly came from, you know, a Zinchenko misplaced pass. Wang just couldn't get to it. It's been a very entertaining first half. Arsenal have been very good. Wrighty's been very entertaining in his support. But the moment you lose concentration there, just for a moment, Premier League, they may be teams that can punish you. Wolves will feel that there's a half possibility, half a chance. But yeah, good goalkeeping there.
Yeah, tough first half for Wolves. We've had to substitute their goalkeeper, Jose Sarr, but there's no doubt Arsenal appear to have regained their swagger after that big win in Europe in midweek. Let's go elsewhere then. First